Again, it's seen as a derogatory term, but again, nothing's further from the truth, though. It is a term of strength. It's how God chooses, again, to describe himself when he comes to the rescue, or who will be there when, man, it's not working out for him, his life, or whatever the case may be. He needs that helper to come alongside him and be that support, be that encourager, be that co-laborer. The fourth truth is that God is our helper as Eve was Adam's. Again, I've said this several times. I'll say it again, though, because I really want to drive this point home with this phrase, Ezer, this morning. Again, all throughout the Old Testament, we see God is described as his people's Ezer, their helpmeet. Again, when the term is used to describe women, what the Bible is doing is showing one of the ways that women uniquely carry the image of God. So this isn't a demeaning term or one that places women below man. It's the opposite. It's a position of strength that reflects God's goodness. It's part of who God is. It's that he's placed that piece of himself into Eve. So men and women are both created in the image of God. Both reflect his goodness. Both bear his image, but in different ways. And those differences don't make one more or one less valuable. Our culture has the tendency to downplay the differences in the name of equality, don't they? I heard, might have been a month ago maybe, there's an airline, I think it might have been American Airlines, I can't remember exactly. They were going to hire people, not based on their skill, but just to fill an equality quota. I don't know about you, but when I get on an airplane, I want to make sure the pilot, I don't care what they look like, where they're from, I want to just make sure they got experience to know how to fly that thing. But our world doesn't see it. They've twisted this. We think equality is found when there are no differences. But that's not how God designed us. Man, wouldn't you hate it if everyone in the world looked and acted just like you? I would hate it. I wouldn't. No. I know what I'm like. Miss Rachel could tell you after service. I'm not always the most cheerful, happy guy in the world. Yeah. But we are different. And guess what? Those differences should be celebrated. And while our differences should be celebrated, our differences should not be elevated over the other. We are different, but we're equal. Men are not better or over women or vice versa. Okay? Instead, we're each created to reflect God's image, and that should be celebrated. That's what Genesis 2:18 is showing us with the use of that phrase, Ezer Kenegdo. It's a powerful testament this morning to women's vital role in this thing we call life. God, in his infinite wisdom, immediately perceived the need for women. And that this divine revelation in the text here suggests that the suitable helper God created was not a mere subordinate, but an indispensable counterpart to man. Isn't that great? And that's it. That's the message this morning. Simple, but powerful. Man, can I challenge you? I know this is Mother's Day, so I'm almost obligated to say this, but ladies, can that be said of you this morning? Are you your husband's Ezer? Or maybe you're not in a marital situation. You can still be an Ezer for somebody. You can be a strength to someone, a helper to someone in some way, whether you can come alongside them and help them with something, or pray, be a prayer warrior for that person. You can still be an Ezer You can still be a helper. God can still use you. It's amazing. We think that God can't use single ladies. You know, I've seen throughout history, I think of one in particular, Molly Barker, missionary to Uruguay for, man, I don't even know how long, even before I was born. Never married, never had kids, but God used her and used her to reach that place for him. It was amazing what she did. But that's the challenge this morning, ladies. Are you an Ezer? Are you an Ezer Conegdo in your relationship? Man, if you're not, man, I hope you strive to be that way. That's what God has ordained in His Word. That's why He used that phrase in particular for us when He describes Eve, and then later when He describes Himself. Let's go ahead and stand for prayer this morning, please. Lord, I pray for our invitation time. I know this message was shorter than